How's it going, guys? We complete week 4 with the incline bench press, and then after this was my seated barbell shoulder press, followed by my accessories. But I'm going to take you through today's session. Annoyingly, didn't really start off too great. Warmed up to what should have been my top set of 4 reps at 110, and god, like again, even though looking at how the weights moved, you would have thought, nah, could have got 2 more reps in. But personally, I just felt like, nah, that second rep didn't move as quick as I'd like. And I knew that third rep would be really hard. So just like what I did with my squats, I decided to split my top set into 2 sets of 2 so I can still get my total of 4 reps. So this is my second set, 110 kilos. I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. I just feel like with my incline press, even though like now it's in a much, much better place, like I've improved massively. But there'll be times where it was just stall, or I feel like I've hit a ceiling and I just can't progress any further. So annoying, but sometimes with these things you can't change too much. You just have to persist and hopefully train smarter, and over time things will start to get better. Then I had my 4 back off sets, so this was my last set of 4 at 80 kilos. So yeah, very doable, which again is so annoying because like, you know, what add an extra add an extra bit of weight, it feels so heavy, and then all of a sudden you reduce it by the same amount and it's feeling so light. It's just like, why? So then we have our top set of what should have been 8 reps on the seated barbell shoulder press. But just like my incline press, this was also feeling really tough. I've done a set of I think maybe even 12 or 10 before at 70 kilos. So to literally like push seven or 6 reps here, when I wanted to get 8, yeah, it was very annoying to say the least. Then I did my back off set, so this was my last set of 2 sets at 55 kilos. Did a set of 8, and yeah, this felt fine. Again, like just like my incline press, there's a point where everything's very easy or very doable, and then the moment I start to get beyond that, it's like I'm going from an RPE 4 5 to like an RPE 11 and 12. Honestly, I'm like battling for my life when I was just taking a walk in the park. Then we move over to accessories. Thankfully, they actually went pretty well today. So this was my third set of 5 reps, with a 16 kilo kettlebell attached to my waist. So I'm quite glad that how it moved. Like I felt really strong from the bottom position, which is always the hardest when it comes to doing the chin up and locking out strong at the top. Oh, sorry, rather than finishing nice and strong at the top. Then we move over to dips. Today, usually I've been doing sets of 12, but today I just felt a little bit more fatigued than usual. So this was 30, I think 37 kilos, because it was a 32 plus a 5. And I just did it for 8. Just thought, I'd just save some in the tank. Maybe not fail too much, because especially again, like over time, I want to still improve the movement. So I thought, yeah, let me just settle for 8 reps today. Then we had the shoulder press. So I did this as a tricep. So this was the lateral raises, 14 kilos. This is a movement that I find that a lot of people typically will go quite light on. Whereas for me personally, I'd like to treat every single exercise as if it's my main lift. So I like to try and progress it as much as I can. So yeah, 14s for the lateral raise. And then we've got the bicep curl straight into it. For me, I'm not too bothered about training the smaller muscles. They're just as important, especially when it comes to things like deadlifts. It's very common that you hear a lot of bicep tears. Thankfully, I've never had any issues. So, I just carry on training my bicep just as much as I train pretty much any other part of my body, or train them as hard as any other muscle group. Then we finish off with the tricep extension. So with this, I decided to do it with dumbbells just out of convenience. And this is something like in the past I've worked up to quite a decent amount, um, both on dumbbells and also an easy bar. And yeah, I want to keep progressing this as much as possible. So that will conclude day 4 of week 4 of my training plan. Next week's deload. So I aim to keep you guys updated with how that goes. So thanks for watching, like, share, and subscribe.